In every class, there are the multiple intelligences. Some of them are gifted students, some of them talented, and inclusion, the students of determination. As a teacher and a school, we try to accommodate them differently. It depends on their individual needs. Yes, guys, today's lesson about the gifted and talented students. I'll tell you the few important things in this lesson. So stay connected with me. If you are new to this channel, press the subscription button. If you want more videos like that, please press the bell icon. So let's see what are the content of today's lesson. The talented and gifted student. Few important things, as you can see on the screen. Today, I'll tell you the define gifted and talented students, how to identify the gifted and talented students in the classroom. I mean, the characteristics of the gifted and talented students. And you have to tell me what you do in your classroom. Please drop your comments, which is really valuable, that everyone can benefit the different observations, the process. What the KHDA inspection framework or the supplement document says about the gifted and talented. I'll be telling you my opinion that how it works. Teaching strategies for gifted and talented students. What teaching strategies you comply in your classroom? I'll be very thankful if you drop in your comments. How to differentiate the instructions for gifted and talented students, and with examples, I'll share you the resources. These resources you can find out in the description form. The link is in the description form. So first, the gifted and talented student. First, gifted. Gifted is actually the natural abilities, advanced skills, potential, and both they need the special education services. I must use the word for, in my opinion, the talented students are exceptional students. However, the natural abilities into the gifted, we call them also the exceptional. So why we call them the exceptional? Actually, exceptional and the gifted, we use for them in a general term. When we compare them with their own age or the same age of the level students, and we measure their performance, they perform highly, or the performance of their degree is high. So it means that the gifted students, they have a high IQ level. When we compare with them with their same age or same level, we can measure, how we can measure or how we can identify the gifted and talented students, which is the most important question in classroom, even in the during the inspection as well as. So every inspecting body or in every state, they have the different the procedures in order to identify. But in a general terms, they have two different ways. One is the formal way, another one is the informal way. So the formal way, it means to test their IQ level. So how you're going to test the IQ level for the gifted students? Through standardized test or assessment. Now, who recommend these standardized tests and assessment from the stakeholders or from the evaluation department? As in the UAE, the KHDA recommended and the Ministry of Education recommended their standardized test in order to measure, or international test, okay, like the PISA, TIMSS, and all these things. These are the standardized tests to measure the students' IQ level and their. Even they help you to understand that what type of the learner he or she is, verbal, non-verbal, like that one. Another thing is an informal way we collect data from the parents, from relatives, from through interview, through observations, in order to identify that the children are gifted or talented. Okay, students. So the gifted and talented students needs are different. They are completely different to each other. So it doesn't mean that the all gifted students, they are at the same page. No, in a general category, they are same, but their skills are different. Some of them are the excellent in writing. Some of them, they're marvelous in speaking and drama and creativity. So it depends on the students that what type of the cognitive ability he or she possesses. Now, the second thing, what they need, they need the same type of the resources like the other average elementary students. Of course not. They need a different teaching strategies based on or their individual need. Okay, and the educator carer has to be careful to modify their curriculum and teaching strategies, which is the most important. Okay. So once you recognize the gifted students, then you have to recognize their skills, and you must facilitate and accommodate accordingly. Let's move to the next one. This is the IQ level from 130 to 138 and highly gifted level. So what is the common IQ range? Okay, when we call that, it's from 140, above 140 is called highly gifted. So 130, and this is, so these are the moderate gifted. Okay, but we count the highly gifted from 130 or sorry 140, above 140. Now talented worker, what makes you talented? Okay, the practice. A child who developed their cognitive abilities to a high level. So this is kind of the transformation. Okay, once you have the gifted students, then you try to work on it. When you cater them, when you accommodate them, that from gifted it convert or it transformed into talented. So for example, these football players, musician, drama actors, okay, when we identify that they possess these skills, what we do or what the teachers do, they work with them, and they try to them to practice and work hard in order to develop their inner skills or what they possess. Okay, so they love and they are motivated, they work hard, they love to work independently, they are the high achievers, and they have a good attainment and progress as well as. So these are the characteristics of the gifted and talented students. They learn more quickly and independently than most students their own age. They often have a well-developed vocabulary as well as advanced reading and writing skills. They are very motivated, especially on tasks that are the challenging or difficult. They hold themselves to higher than usual standards of achievements. They have cognitive abilities, creative soul, or solve. They can solve their problems. So even these things, KHDA already recommended, and they have put in their supplement document. So I recommend you to kindly go through the supplement. I'll be dropping the link in the description and check first. Okay, because most of the schools, they are struggling, and the teachers, they are struggling, and they are unable to understand, okay, that what we have to do. So once the criteria is defined, that you should go and work accordingly. So these few things we think these are lighter, but you should not take a lighter. Just go to the every single word and read what exactly they want from you. So once you follow the procedures, once you identify the things. I'm sure it will be easier for you, and it will make your life easier. So if you have any question regarding that, you can also ask me or email me. Uh, Further things, okay, the KHDA inspection and MOE, UAE, MOE design standards for both teachers and students. So gifted and talented teachers and gifted and talented students, we have the standards, the benchmarks, okay, from the Ministry of Education, from every country, okay. It's not about UAE, from every country, either you are Asian, you are European, and all these things. They set their benchmarks, and they accommodate them in order to boost up the gifted students. So I'll be sharing you the link as well as the one who gave the theory for that. So teaching strategies, okay. Teaching strategies for gifted and talented students. These are the sample teaching strategies you can comply in your classroom. Even you can compare that what exactly you follow in your classroom. If you follow more than this, or if you think these things are missing, please write in the comment box that everyone can benefit it from there. So you have to first group these gifted and talented students, those, let them to sit together, all gifted students, set their goals for, or set for them, identify the field of interest, what their interests are, and make them the inquiry based approach. Let them think, okay, let them think themselves, okay, inquiry based, okay. Make the fun activities, don't let them get bored. Make them the assignment choice, okay, give them a various topics, okay, and let them choose, because their field of interest, okay, they might they have different choices, okay, when you are assigning them. So there should be a freedom in classroom, moving, talking, and discussions, okay, because they will not tolerate any kind of interruptions. They want to uh, play in their own uh, space or mental space. So let them to play and enjoy the learning. Provide them variety of reading sources. So once you recognize that students have a reading and writing skills, you accommodate them with the various reading materials. Encourage the technology, let them to use the technology, because if you ask them to bring books and all these things, because things are available online, so you have to make sure that your students are being encouraged. So let them encourage to use their technology. Leadership role, let them to take the responsibility of the learning. Don't force them to or to memorize or repetition. Give them a challenging task, okay. They are already creative, and make sure at the end assessment should be highly. Don't give them a very easy questions, all these. So or if they found the assessments easy and all these things, then they will stop, their performance is gonna drop down. So these are the teaching strategies for gifted and talented students, and I'll be very thankful if you're gonna drop your teaching strategies, what you do in the classroom. Some differentiated instructions, so you have to tailor the instruction, okay. You cannot uh, apply the same teaching strategies as you uh, go or routinely with other students or the low or these. And so this is the more important. Once you identify the level of the learner, first job is to modify your curriculum. If you have a multiple intelligences in your classroom, modify your curriculum, modify your resources, set your goals, set the students' goals, modify your assessment, modify resources. If you want that your students must raise their attainment and have a good progress, you should comply these strategies. So there should be modification in content, resources, teaching methods, activities, gamification, assessment. These are the sum of them. As a teacher, you know what I'm exactly talking about that. Now, the differentiated learning stations, examples, as I have told you, the created learning stations, it's equipped. When you have the classroom, okay, if there's a drama, music, and all these things, there should be all instrument and tools. If there's a lab, okay, all these things. So let them to set the goal settings, okay. Okay, today I'm gonna do this. We will be doing this. Okay. So when they have to set the goals and they have a freedom, definitely at the end, you will find the result. Study choice, give them a time allocations for them, open-ended projects that you give them. So the conclusion should be based on them. So don't expect what exactly you are looking for. They think beyond their levels, so let them to perform beyond. So if you are setting the outcomes for your gifted students, that's wrong. They have already set their goals, so it should be an open, it should be choice, it should be equipped that the result you will be finding, it's outstanding result. Okay, just try in your classroom. I'm sure the two things gonna be improved. One, your class performance, and other things, the KHDA inspection. So now what the KHDA says, I'll share the documents and then you can conclude it. Regarding the resources, I'll be dropping the description, links in the description. So bear with me. Where are these links? I'm sure we're gonna find it's in my desktop. So guys, you should share your ideas, drop your comments. So here it is, the first, the definition. I'm sure it's clear. Let me, again, bear with me. Okay, gifted and talented students, according to the KHDA, that a student whose possession of untrained. So it's a transformation. Okay, so once it's a transformation from the gifted and talented students. So how are you going to transform these? By identifying the individual needs, cater them, provide them resources, polish them, make them more practices. So the gifted and the talented students, so the gifted is the first stage, however, the talented is the advanced stage. So once you identify that students possess these skills, then you start working on it. After developing, it changed or it transformed into the talented student. A student who has been able to transform their giftedness into the exceptional performance. This is the KHDA. So you can see here also the link I'm going to drop. You can read it, okay? And able students know the answer. The gifted learner asks the questions. An able student work hard to achieve. The gifted learner knows without working hard. So how you can identify, as I have mentioned, that the gifted students, observation, interview, gifted and talented, and the students' interest survey, self-reports, and these are the formal way, no, informal way, sorry. And the formal way, standardized assessment is standardized assessment. So this is the one, okay, thing, other few things, just brief, and I'll tell you that how to tailor these things. Here it is. So the differentiation, which is important, as I mentioned, the differentiation in overall content, teaching strategies, and based on their learning. Give them a pass. Assessment should be advanced. Make the groups of their talent gifted student. Check the level of the work and enrichment. So these are the few things which is the KHDA recommended. So I'll drop you the supplement link in the description. So guys, this is today's lesson about the gifted and talented. Just give me your feedback, how it's useful to you, and drop your comments what you do in your classroom that every teacher can benefit. We'll be meeting with the next lesson with a new topic, new strategies, new theme, and all these things. Till that, stay blessed and goodbye.